So I'm about 100 kilometres south of Perth at my friend Chris's house. I went into Perth this morning, got some fresh new tyres, front and back. So again, instead of E09 on the rear and a new TKC80 on the front. I have some oil in here, degreaser, and I've got everything else on my panniers that I'll need. So I'm going to use his shed, yeah, full of stuff, and do my service. I don't know whether to start today or do the service tomorrow. Shit. Got to film this bit, but you have to take this off, and then there's another sump plug here, and you probably get if not a little bit more out of this tank than you do out of the bottom one. Pretty clean up to 7,000 Ks. Nothing really on it. I'll give it a proper clean anyway. Well, the bike's all serviced. I said I didn't really feel much of it, but I just cracking on with it. All I did really is change the oil, clean the filter. I took both the axles out and just re-greased them on both front and back tyres, and just double check some bolts to make sure everything's tight and secure. I've also, because I'm going to the up north, it's going to be hot. It's may possibly rain, but it's not going to be cold. It's going to be like 40 degrees basically. So I've got rid of thermal layers, I've got rid of some more camera mounts because I didn't quite need all of them, not quite as many as I had. I'm getting rid of, when I say getting rid of, I'm leaving here. But I managed to get rid of this amount of stuff that I don't need. And that weighs quite a bit. I have no idea how heavy it is, but it weighs a fair bit. So I'm very pleased at that, and it all does mean that my panniers are a little lighter. So that's it. I'm good to go. I've washed my kit for the first time since New Zealand, so that'll be nice. Just doing a clothes wash, and then tomorrow morning head off and get real stuck into some sort of remote, dusty outback roads. It should be really fun. Well, today is the day that starts stage 2 of my trip. Calling it stage 2 because this was always going to be Perth is the spot that marks the fact that I've travelled all the way around Australia. So now, although I'm riding different roads, they're all and it's going to be new for what I'm doing, most of it. There's a bit of section that I've done before, but I can now say I've travelled all the way around Australia. I'm going to Perth this morning because I'm actually just south of Perth. Oh, hello. Just south of Perth by about 100 Ks or so. Yeah, so this marks the sort of more difficult part of the trip, if you like. Just because this is the section that is going to be more remote, I'm going to definitely have to consider fuel and water and carry the extra stuff, as well as dealing with relatively extreme heat, like 40 degrees, and the humidity is probably going to be absolutely awful as well. So it's going to be a good fun test, but like all adventures, always starts at the petrol station. I just remembered I need to get some fuel, so let's dive in here. It's really weird to be in Mora. So this is the closest big town to where I did my farm work. As soon as I got in, I was like, oh yeah, know exactly where I am, know exactly where I'm going. So I'm just going to find a cafe down here, I believe. Oh yeah, there it is. Pop in, get some sandwiches or something for lunch. Get a top up with fuel. And then start hitting some of the, hopefully, dirt roads. I'm going north. So yeah, it's weird. Well, the things you find on the country roads. Let's see what's... Oh! I think there's 3 of them, so we'll see if we can get past. The temperature now is 26, so it's gone up by almost 10 degrees since I left. I've done about 450 kilometres, just about. And what else? I'm basically in the wheat belt, I guess, because every field around me is covered in wheat. I'm guessing that's a combine harvester in front of me without its cutting blade on the front. Let's take this. Two done. Oh, I think this is the bin. I'm riding out of the hay fever section as well, which is also nice. Oh, for God's sake. Nice, beautiful place to pass, and a car coming. And I'm guessing here's the cutting blades. Or the, whatever they're called. New Zealand, it's sheep you get stuck behind. Australia, it's massive combine harvesters or mining equipment. 20-30 k's maybe before I get to the dirt. I'll say 50 because, or more than that, because what I think the dirt's going to start, it isn't. Sometimes the map is a little off. Well, if that doesn't just demonstrate the golden countryside I was talking about, and how everything is wheat. Although I think they do some canola up here as well, but I can't see any yellow fields, so unless that's later, I don't know. All done already. But this is definitely, almost certainly wheat, or barley. Bit of both. This is what I mean. Look at this beautiful dirt road. So on the map, this is a unsealed minor road, but this is minor major road. But this is very much sealed. It's the road I've just pulled over to double check the actual paper map, and this is the road that I'm supposed to be taking or wanted to take. So I'm going to do it. It will turn to dirt eventually, but my sort of 1,000 kilometres of dirt that I've got written down is obviously decreasing as I keep going forward, and as far as I can see, it may go to gravel, but not yet. It's now 20 past 5, pushing myself a little bit today. I've got another hour to do basically 109 kilometres, so if I do 109 k's, I'll do it in an hour. I should get there before sunset. I will have to watch out for suicidal skippies. Yeah, I think it'll be good. And then just camp now. I've done a horrendous amount of Ks today. Yeah, I've done 600 already. I'm all good. I've just obviously had a couple of days relaxing and not really being on and a full day not really being on the bike. In fact, a couple of days relaxing really. We'll see. I'm in a bit of a rush because I want to get up to the Gib and get back. Not only so that I can go home, but also because of the weather. Like, it's only going to get hotter, it's only going to get wetter, it's only going to get more difficult. Stations and up on the Gib apparently it's starting to close, so I just want to get there. I'm not going to rush the Gib. I'm going to do it at a comfortable pace and make sure I see things, because I'm only there once, so I want to do it properly. But at the same time, the route to and the route from just get to the Gib. That's all the aim of the game is. I'm just trying to make it a little bit more interesting and making sure that I go up a route that I've never done and come back a route I've never done. If I was just to stick to the west coast and cruise up the State Highway 1, I've done it before. so there's nothing interesting to peel off to see if I wanted to, because I've done it. And I'm done with beaches. I'd rather see the outback and the wildness and animals like snakes. Well, I just pulled over to check the map. I could see all the sort of slither patterns, but sort of just off the dirt between the bush lines. So I know they're there. Anyway, I'll come back to you when I eventually hit some dirt, if not the campsite. Here it is. 51 k's of sealed road, and 3, 2, 1 dirt. Now time to get the bike basically orange. So yeah, this is it. There's not a lot much of a change, just the bike wibbles and wobbles underneath you a little bit. So we'll see how orange we can get the bike back, because I think this is going to be dirt now until just beyond Tom Price, I think. Yeah, and then I'll see how far I get without dropping my tyre pressures as well, because yeah, so you just get used to the bike doing this little dance like that. Anyway, 73 kilometres to the campsite. 6. So the timing on my maps just goes well out the window when it comes to like dirt roads. It doesn't understand how dirt roads work really. It seems to say it's going to take me an hour and a half to do 73 k's when I'm travelling at 92 kilometres an hour. I'm not quite sure what maths it's using there, but obviously is a little bit off. I am going to drop them down. It's just a little sort of, I don't know, like a slightly skittish, and I just think I'd rather it not be. Come on, where is it? And there's pannier somewhere. Let's drop down like 5 or 6 psi. 32. Let's do 26. Set this down to 29. It's normally 36. I'll do. These little these sections like this, it's really soft, and like you can see where every time you cross one of them, it really wobbles, which is fine. As I say, it's actually it's not as big as the gravel mounds in the centre of the road in New Zealand, but it's smaller and it's dustier, so it definitely creates a similar amount of movement. I'll demonstrate here, look, ready? No, come on. So yeah, but if I stand up and like meaningfully cross them, there's no dramas whatsoever. Anyway, 60 k's, let's push on before the sun. I'm going to be cooking in the dark, which is going to be a pain in the arse. I am absolutely loving this. I keep looking at my mirror, it's a big cloudy dust cloud. Yeah, it's good. And look, whether the sun, as much as I don't really want to be riding at this time just because of death kangaroos, I'm really enjoying it. And it looks really nice. Really good fun. This is what I thought this is what I come here for really. Just get onto the dirt, you know, get my bike dirty. I've ridden 7,000 k's and the worst that it got was a few flies on it. It was an appalling excuse for an adventure ride. Like, oh yeah, let's go for an adventure ride around Australia. What are you going to do? Oh, I'm just going to you know, get some flies on it from the road. That's not how it works. So about sort of maybe 10 k's ago, there's a little stretch of sort of tarmac turned up, which I'm actually quite grateful for. Grateful, because just because of the time of day, I don't have to concentrate on the dirt. I can just concentrate on the routes, and I have seen probably 6 or 7 like hopping across the road. One of them I had to kind of marginally slow down for. It was like from the distance between me and that sign. So Yeah, and I just don't know whether, you know, we had a couple of mates behind him, so I thought, well, I'll slow right down and see what's going on. Apparently my campsite is just up here. Which is quite useful because I need the loo and I don't want to be going anymore. Well, apparently it's behind me, so let's just take the shortcut. Hopefully it's not soft sand like outside Chris's house. That was embarrassing. Oh, well, I've still got a little bit of light left. Oh, there it is, I guess. Down here a bit. Well, I'm going to go down here. Yeah. Go down here and find a place to camp for the night and call that a day. It's been a hell of a day. What have I done? 712 k's. Not a bad day. Doing this little road gap just here. That's going to be my tent. Yep. Yep. Oh, there, looks a little flatter. Right. Good night, everybody. I am done for the day.